Welcome to episode 2 of our Demo Disc Vault series.
Yes.
We are cracking open the vault, pulling out random demo discs, and we're just going to go through them and kind of do a review, if you will, but it's more to just capture the nostalgia that demo discs offer and review if it would have made you want to buy the console at the time.
I'm super excited for today's video because we're jumping into the PS2 demo discs, the jump packs, if you will.
Yeah, jam pack.
The jam packs, if you will, and this console, the PS2, was my most played console growing up. I love the PS2, so I'm excited because my nostalgia is going to be pumping high for this episode.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys remember, but these they looked like a full game. Instruction manual, the whole 9 yards. They would have these, I remember seeing them at Best Buy, like at the customer service and checkout lines, and they would just have them for sale. I think they were like $7.99 retail.
Which is awesome because other demo discs you would get like in magazines or they'd be like free mail-in orders. So this one you bought, so I feel like the value or the amount of things you'll get in the games might be more because you bought it.
I would hope so.
We're going to find out though. I have I don't even know what games are on this.
So today we are diving into Jam Pack Volume 15. It says there's 6 awesome demos. We do our best to not even look at these things.
Yes.
We want to fly blind and just open the nostalgic vault. So let's jump in to the PlayStation 2 Jam Pack number 15.
The video game demos contained on this DVD are early are early versions that then it goes away. Damn, so it starts off immediately with MLB 06 The Show.
Okay.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
There's music playing. Might be copyrighted, but we'll find out. Then you go down to Need for Speed Carbon. Okay. Pretty badass. Destroy All Humans 2?
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars 2?
Dang.
Okami?
All right.
Damn, okay. Yakuza?
And Yakuza. Dude, this is loaded, bro.
Dude, this is bringing me back to freaking when I was a child.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't play a lot of these games, but like Lego Star Wars, MLB.
This would have been if MLB 06, which I think always came out in the year.
Because 2005, probably.
No, I think this was 06. I think their years were goofy.
Oh, because baseball starts in the spring?
I think the MLB series was always a little different. Because like Madden 05 would come out, in August of 04.
Yes.
Right? I think is how all that went.
Like
so
right
this feels really close to when I was probably 2 years into the PS2. Because I bought my PS2 and I bought it like at the launch of Madden 2003. So that was the third Madden released on the console. I was always late to the party on stuff because, we didn't come from a lot of money. We had enough, but not a lot of extra to go around. And I was still nugging on the Dreamcast, but I got that, and so I'm a couple years into the PS2 at this time, and I think this may be the first MLB The Show game I ever played. But, man, you look at these rippers, though.
What's the show you play 08?
08.
08's your show? Okay. So, dude, 06, Need for Speed Carbon, Destroy All Humans, Lego Star Wars, Okami, Yakuza.
This is loaded.
Dude, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's like every style of game, basically. You got a sports game, you got a racing game, you got a freaking, you got a kids game kind of, but I do love the Lego games.
Yeah.
And I played Lego Star Wars 2 a ton. Granted, I played it on the OG Xbox, but it's probably pretty similar. Okami's incredible, Yakuza. Okay, so we're gonna play these games and then come back and tell you what they offer and how much nostalgia. I'm getting hyped. Yeah, this is amazing.
The first episode in this series, there were some hits and there were some misses. This seems like it's gonna be firing on all cylinders, but it's all gonna kind of hinge on how much is offered here.
Yeah, you might be able to click on it and then it doesn't do anything or like lets you play. So we'll let you know. Let's freaking dive into this.
Well, holy hell, the Jam Pack 15 made Robert's beard fall off. It was so damn good.
Dude, we were playing this so much that our outfits changed and I lost a beard. Yeah. Dude, this thing is phenomenal. So there's 6 games you can play it from.
Yep.
And every game, hands down, amazing. So the first game you get is MLB 06 The Show.
Yeah.
Which is badass, but it immediately takes you into the game.
Yep.
You can do 1 to 2 player, which is nice. Yep. You can pause it and switch teams.
Yeah, I think it starts you 1 player, but if you pause it, you have to go to the controller select.
Then you can switch it. Yep. But you only get to play as the Astros and the White Sox.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing they were the World Series champions or whatever back in the day. you only get 5 innings. You don't even get a full game, or it times out.
It's one of those two. I don't know what it was.
We played 2 games. The first game we were talking way too much, and it eventually
we paused it at one point.
We paused it and it timed out. And then the other one we were playing fast because we were like, oh, maybe it times out. And then at the end of the 5th inning, it stopped, which sucks because it was a close game, and I was like, I want to. It teased me.
Yeah, but it is quite a bit of playtime. I feel like
it is. But this game got me back. Like I'm on the baseball hype now. I want to play baseball games. I want to revisit my favorite MVP Baseball 05 a ton.
Yeah.
Just by playing MLB 06 the show.
Yeah.
This, like, I was like, I want to buy this game right now.
Yeah.
This demo made me want to get this game. Already starting off on a great note. And then we move on to Need for Speed Carbon.
Yeah.
And this game is really cool as well. I wasn't a big Need for Speed kid. I was more into Burnout and all that stuff.
Yep.
But Need for Speed is kind of simmy, but there are arcade elements.
Yeah. I think you could have the potential to unlock 3 races.
Yes.
So you win the first race. The second race is like a drift challenge, I believe.
Which is really tough.
But it is important to learn those mechanics in the game. But, I mean, a huge franchise, on the PS2. Well, everything.
Yeah,
Gen 6.
yeah.
But it's a really good game.
This was really fun. You get 3 cars to choose from. You can customize your car. You can do all kinds of things. You can sculpt your car. I don't even know what that means. You can do all that stuff. And then you just play, and it looks and it plays great, and it feels really good. There are like really cool like environmental traps. Mm-hmm. I remember like I was driving in the first one, and I drove through a gas station, and it blew up, and I died. And I was like, oh, hey, shouldn't do that. I'm pretty sure again, this just times out. Like I think these demos, they just time you out eventually.
Yeah.
Like you can play it, but then it just is over.
Yeah, that seems to be the case with all these. And then we jump into Destroy All Buttholes 2. I mean, humans.
Destroy All Humans 2.
Yeah.
This game is a staple on the PlayStation 2 library. It puts you in immediately, and you get to play the first mission. I was playing it, and I was having fun, taking over people, turning people into hippies. I never really played the Destroy All Human game, so this was kind of new to me.
They got a new lease on life recently. I think they got released on the modern consoles.
They remastered, or not remastered, but whatever, put them out or whatever. But it was fun, but I failed the mission, and then it just said, thanks for playing the demo. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you only get the first mission, but I failed it. Every game that we played, I was like, I kind of want to play this game now.
Well, yeah, this is a really fun deal because almost all the games on here you should probably own if you're a PS2 collector, because then we jump into something you know a lot about. I'm just going to turn the floor over to you because it's Lego Star Wars 2, and you just 100%ed the newest Lego Star Wars game on the Switch. So, I mean, this was right in your wheelhouse.
So, growing up, I loved the Lego Star Wars games. I played the Lego Star Wars trilogy a ton. And Lego Star Wars 2, phenomenal. It starts you off, I think, at Episode 5, A New Hope, and it is 1 to 2 players. The Lego games are fantastic. Co-op, family games. They're so fun. You get the first mission, which is cool because there's cutscenes and all this stuff. You can unlock other things. You can unlock codes. So when you get the full game, you can use those codes to unlock those characters. So that's kind of cool. So it's like, oh, if you get this demo, make sure you write those down so then you have them when you buy the full game. Once you complete the first thing, though, it just says thank you for playing the demo. But then it offers, what's really cool, is free play mode, which is just like if you know Lego Star Wars, you do you play the story mode, and then you can do free play mode where you play as a different character, which is nice because then you can get into different areas and all this stuff. You still only get the first mission, but it's still fun. I love these types of games where you just wander around, you shoot everything, get all the coins, true Jedi mode. Mm-hmm. It was fun. I will say, I've been playing, or I 100%ed the new one on Switch. This game did feel a little slow, but that's probably because I played the new one. I think it's still played and looks great, though. It just felt a little slower. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, and then Okami. So Okami's a classic on the PS2.
Yes.
And I believe it got a release on the Wii as well, which is actually really a good game.
Yeah, I love the art style.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But gives you 3 chapter options. But then I think after 1 chapter...
Yeah, so I played through the first chapter, and I was really having fun. I was getting used to the mechanics. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Spyro because you play as a 4-legged animal and you headbutt things to break it. So obviously it's way different than Spyro, but that's what it reminded me of because I was a big Spyro kid. This game was so fun. I love the art style. I love how it's very Japanese culture centric. I love how there's certain things where you can draw and use that to swipe things. But I was playing the first level, I was getting into it, and then it just said, to be continued. I think it timed out.
Yeah.
So I think you could potentially play chapter 1, 2, or 3.
If you know what you're doing and you get after it.
Or you restart it and then go into chapter 2. But I don't think it will ever let you finish it. It will just say to be continued. Because in these types of games, it's kind of open world-esque. I was exploring and probably wasting a ton of time, and then it just timed out. But I was like, dude, I want to play this game again.
And then rounding out the lineup, one of the early Yakuza games.
Yeah, Yakuza, which is phenomenal. This is a series I don't know anything about, but you were playing through 4, I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, this game is really cool, very Sega. It's like this open world, you can kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's always kind of reminded me of like Grand Theft Auto.
A little
Sega's twist on it in a way.
Yeah.
Like that hybrid in between Shenmue and Grand Theft Auto.
100%, because you play as like a guy in the Yakuza mob, which is badass. So when you play this demo, I was wondering how this was going to work because this game is so big.
Yeah.
But when you fire the demo up, it just says, try these game modes. Like, that's what it says to you. And then you can pick out different things. So this is the option of things you can play. It says, check out story, battle controls, battle, check out hostess bars, hit the batting cage, check out the casino, or quit. So you can do all of those things, which is wild. So you can check out the story where you're wandering around, figure things out. You can go to the bar and flirt with the waitress and buy an expensive bottle of champagne. You can go to the batting cage. You can go to the casino and play cards. This is wild, but then it eventually just times you out.
I think it's just trying to show you the vast amount of variety in the game.
Because I was like, whoa, you can do all this in Yakuza?
Yeah. So that's what I've always said. It's so hard to like compare it to Grand Theft Auto, but it really seems like Sega did their Shenmue thing. They saw Grand Theft Auto 3 and said, that's what we're going to do.
Dude, it made me want to play Yakuza.
Yeah.
It made me, because I was like, dude, this is so cool. The story was kind of cool. And it's just awesome that you can do all these different types of things. And when you're doing, like when you're at the casino, it feels like, oh, this is just, I'm just doing this. But that's just one part of the game.
Well, and I will say that going back to this original, I've only played the one game. I've got the big box PS4 version. That's the only experience I have with the series. This did feel very dated.
A little bit,
compared to what I'm used to.
A little bit slow. But if you had never played a Yakuza game like I had, I was like, this is fascinating. It looked cool. It played cool. Dude, this demo pack, this jump pack for the PS2, volume 15.
Dude,
this blew my mind. Every single game is a ripper, a jack ripper.
We've been asked questions before if we'd go 2D, 3D, if that was all we could ever play again. Man, it's really hard to... If you could say there was only one console you could ever play again, the PS2 has to be in the conversation.
Yes.
We're at volume 15. This demo disc is loaded with a variety of games. The nostalgia is high.
Oh, the nostalgia is so high.
The games are great. The first episode in this series was that Dreamcast. It was from the magazine. These were $7.99 at retail, which we've already talked about.
You did have to buy this.
Yes. So you would expect this to be a little bit higher quality. But just the fact that there are no misses here.
No, every game is a home run. And what's really cool is they did a great job of giving you every type of game. You got a sports game. You got a racing game. You got like a kids family game with Lego Star Wars. You got a open world RPG-esque game with Yakuza. You got Destroy All Humans, which is a wild 3D. I don't even know how to describe it. Open world. You got Okami, which is another unique game.
Yeah.
Like it covers any type of gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might not be into baseball, but you're probably into Star Wars. Or you're probably into the mob.
Or you might like racing.
Yeah, or you're probably... So this game... Demo discs are supposed to... Wide audience, wide net, to get you to get a specific game. And this... I wanted to get all of these. I mean, we have all of them, but I wanted to be like... Okay, let me quit playing the demo and play the full thing.
Yeah.
This demo disc is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it made me so nostalgic for the PS2.
For sure.
Because the PS2, I played it so much growing up. One of my favorite consoles ever. It's just such a good...
You know what? While we were filming this outro segment, I was flipping through the manual. It's not a lot there, but it is full color. And it was really cool. I thought that the very last page has a spot for notes.
Yes, I love when manuals have notes.
Yeah,
because then you can write down, like I mentioned in Lego Star Wars, like that code. You could write it down in this manual.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's also really fun when you like are game hunting and stuff, and you find old games, and people have handwritten notes in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I wonder what they were at this point with that code and stuff.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, we're not sure if people are going to be into this topic or not. But we're 2 episodes in, and we're going to keep diving into demo discs. You're going to have to stay tuned to the channel, though, because they're going to be random and uploaded whenever we feel like doing it, and you're never going to know what demo disc is coming up next. But today, we appreciate you tuning in and taking a journey through the Jam Pack Volume 15 on the PlayStation 2. And it was a freaking hammer.
It is a badass. Like, I love this so much. Yeah. And also, while you're at it, if you want to support the channel, make sure you check us out. Check us out on Patreon. Support the channel. $3 a month. Super easy. But we give a lot of stuff away. We do monthly Zoom beers, all that stuff. So we have a lot of fun over there on Patreon.
Just a great time. And per usual, appreciate you tuning in, subscribing to the channel. Catch you on the next episode of Gaming Off the Grid.